Good afternoon. I'm just going to give you a quick walkthrough of the brand new Grandland X, which is the third addition to the Vauxhall X range, the biggest of the three SUVs, following on from the Crossland X and the Mocha X. Now, the instant thing that you're going to notice is how much bigger it is than the predecessors, the Crossland X and the Mocha X. It's got a real presence on the road. This is helped massively by the huge front grille that you see on the front, those gorgeous 19-inch diamond cut alloy wheels, disc brakes front and back of course, and much longer, and holding that higher roof line as you can see all the way to the end. Now, the one that we're looking at today is the Elite Nav model, which is one of the higher ends of the specs. This is the first Grandland X that we've received on site up until now, and this is our demonstrator that we're using on site at the minute. She's a 1.2 turbo petrol engine, which is the only petrol engine that they're going to offer in the Grandland. However, don't be put off by the small capacity, because it does put out a punchy 130 brake horsepower, which is plenty to carry a car of this size. Now, walking around to the back, as an Elite Nav, it comes with lots and lots of standard features. Of course, it's an absolute given that a car of this size should have parking sensors, so you can see there that it's got those on the back. You'll also notice that they come round a bit further than what normal parking sensors would, both on the back and on the front there, as you can see on the side, and that's because this car has something called Advanced Park Assist, which I'll run through with you in a second. What is a really neat feature with a car like this is that at the back, to open the tailgate, if you're carrying all of your shopping, if I just swipe my foot under there like so. Now, bear in mind that the key is not in the car. I've just got that in my pocket as if I was walking out of Morrison's, let's say, and I've got my shopping in my hands. It's like I have with this camera. Just open it up with a swipe of the foot underneath the back of the tailgate there. Of course, with a car of this size, quite a heavy tailgate comes with it, so it's quite nice to be able to have that feature. And even if you don't have anything in your hands, just to lift that tailgate up. Same when bringing it back down again, you'll notice that you've got a button for bringing the tailgate back down again. Really big boot there. The 60/40 rear folding seats. And if I press that button there, the mechanical gas struts will bring the boot back down again, which is just a great feature on something like this. So if I move around to the inside, again, having the key on me automatically opens the door up. Electric front and rear windows, of course. Memory leather perforated seats with full electronic adjustment there, and this is such a handy feature, especially if you do a lot of miles, being able to have that perfect adjustment, or if you share the car with a partner, being able to save the seat setting to yours and then have be able to move that for a partner. But you can just adjust the seat like so, forward and backward by moving this. Full adjustment. Really nice feature there. Moving on to the inside, if I just close this door here, got a lot of features that you just expect. For instance, your automatic lights, automatic wipers. You've also got the automatic main beam. So this little device behind the rear view mirror will sense if there's any vehicles coming the other way and if you're on an unlit road, and then it will put the main beam on for you if it thinks that it's okay to do so. You don't have to worry about that as much. Now, to get the car started, I've not got a key in my hand and I'm holding the camera with the other. That's just in my pocket. The car sensed that the key was getting close to it, so it had let me in without unlocking it. And then if we look just down here, we've got a really nice chrome finish start button. So if I put my foot on the clutch, hold that down, just start it up. Now, I hope that you can hear it on the camera, but the first thing you'll notice is that it's a really quiet engine. And when it's running, you can barely even tell that it is, which just comes hand in hand with it being a nice small petrol engine. I'm just going to turn the climate control down there. You've got all of your controls on the steering wheel like you used to with your normal Vauxhalls, that being your media control on the right hand side, cruise control and speed limiter on the left hand side, and then your classic IntelliLink in the centre, which has had a few changes for the Grandland just to suit all of its optional extras. So if we take a look on here, you'll notice that if I press the vehicle button there, you've got your options for your Advanced Park Assist, and by pressing that, if I press that there and choose how it wants to go, the car is happy to, if I say select a side by doing that, put that down, you'll notice that it's looking for a parking space on the left hand side. And once you find one, the car will then park the car for you. All you've got to do is select the gear, control the throttle and control the clutch, and it will turn the steering wheel for you to park it parallel, which is a really, really cool feature in one of these. Not something you want to miss out on. She's also come standard with a heated front windscreen. Don't know if you can see it on camera, a couple of little ziggity lines in there, which is a great, great feature. A new addition to Vauxhall, meaning that cold mornings like we've got at the minute, you can stick your heated steering wheel on, stick your heated seats on, stick your heated windscreen on, and everything just defrosts around you. Meaning you don't have to be scraping away at the windscreen to try and get that scraped off. Looking down here, just a quick overview, you've got your button for your heated front windscreen, along with your heated rear windscreen there, your 2 heated seats, and then dual zone climate control there, which is also a really nice touch, being able to have it different temperatures on either side of the vehicle. This car's also got a lane guidance assist, so the spec doesn't stop at what we've seen already. We've got this little button here, which means that, again, that little sensor there will sense if the car's veering in and out of the white lines on the road, if you stop paying attention, falling asleep or anything like that. And it means that it'll give you an audible warning and also very slightly nudge the vehicle back into the lane for you if it is that, say, you've lost attention and you were veering out of there. You can turn the parking sensors off, of course, and this car also has blind spot assist. Now, on the mirrors at the minute, of course, you can't see anything, and like with any car, there is very, very small blind spots if we just look behind us. So say we're indicating out onto a dual carriageway, and there's someone in our blind spot that we didn't quite see. We've done a mirror check, so we've looked behind us, and we didn't quite spot that car there, and we go to indicate out. That little icon just there tells me that blind spot alert is on. Meaning that if we go to pull out and there's a car in our blind spot, the vehicle's going to give you an audible warning to let you know that the vehicle is behind you, preventing you from pulling out onto somebody that's in your path and that you may have a collision with, which is a great feature. Now, on the Elite Nav, you also get navigation as standard, of course. That sort of comes within the name. And on this beautiful 8-inch colour display screen here. And now, the maps come standard with European updates. So, not only will it cover you for England, but you'll be covered for anywhere you want to venture in Europe with this car. And your typical AM, FM, DAB selection with the ability to do Apple CarPlay and Android Auto through your USB down there. You can see that we've already been having a test out there, and if I wanted to connect an Apple phone through this onto the screen, I can use all of my Spotify, Apple Maps, calls, messages, all of that through the screen here in a really seamless interface, which is just, again, a really, really nice touch to the car.